Hi friends, this is Joe. This is episode number 167, I think, of the Decahedron RPG podcast. You'll notice, if you're on YouTube, that this looks really different, and that's because I'm down in the basement. This is the workbench. You might hear some weird noises around. You know, there's laundry happening over there. Whatever. So you're saying to yourself, hey, wasn't this supposed to be the Tunnels and Trolls mega review? And the problem is, it wasn't that mega because there was only one person that called in with a review. And I was like, well, maybe I'll give them another week because there's a chance that everyone was busy with their zine. Speaking of which, that's what we're going to talk about this week. So it was at the beginning of the year, about 8 weeks ago, that I announced the Anchorite APA Press Association. And yesterday was the deadline for the first issue, and I have all the zines in, I have all the paper, we're ready, we're gonna go to print. And I thought, wouldn't it be neat if I did it on air? So if you're listening to this on the podcast and not watching the video, you're not missing much, but you know, the printer's behind me. I'm about to hit print for the cover, so let's do that. All right, there we go. We are printing the first issue. So we have 13 members. 2 of those are PDF members, so that's 11 physical copies. Plus we have 3 spec copies. A spec copy, the first one has just come off the printer. There it is, the first cover of the first issue of the Anchorite APA Press Association. While the cover is finished printing, let me just talk about the numbers again. We have 13 members. 2 of those are foreign. You know, the rest of us are foreign compared to them. You know, 1 in the UK, 1 in Australia. So that's 11 US members. And we have 3 spec copies. A spec copy is, hey, I'm thinking about joining. Let me see what it looks like so I can decide. And so we have 3 of those going out this month. And so we're printing 14 copies of the APA. I'm gonna turn this off now, and I'll float in and out, you know, as different parts come up. See you in a bit. So the next thing I'm printing is what we call the official organ. And this is the section of the APA. It's really for administrative stuff. We list all the members, we list the current finances, any announcements they have to make, you know, what the next deadline is, stuff like that. Let me hit print. It's printing. This one's double-sided, so there's the first one, and it even has a little editorial on the back. That's not going to be a thing forever, but for this issue, you know, it's the first one. I felt I should say something. So yeah, I'll see you when we're printing the next bit. All right, so the cover is printed out, the OO is printed out. Now comes the big part. Now we're going to print the contents of the zine itself. And when you multiply like all the pages that we receive times the number of copies we have to make, this is going to be printing 1,274 pages. Needless to say, this is going to take a while on my home level printer. So I will be away for a while. But we'll see if my printer can handle 1,274 pages of printing. It is now 4:07 p.m. Let's see what time it finishes. Hey, so we came across a little issue. Every so often, the printer's just throwing a blank page in there. But Valerie, my wife, she's been amazingly supportive on that, and she's actually upstairs going through the ones that are printed already, flipping through every page, seeing if there's any blank pages that slip there. So hey Valerie, if you watch this, I think you're amazing, and thank you for being supportive, and I love you. So somebody was asking if the stapler is going to hold up. I'm giving updates in Discord as I make my progress through here. So when you're doing something like this, when you're dealing with these stacks of paper that are so thick, you don't deal with a normal stapler. This is the stapler that is going to be used for the APA. I have no doubt that it's going to hold up. This isn't my first APA. I used to run one called Apidemic about 20 years ago now, I guess. And yeah. That's when I learned that you can't just have a normal stapler for doing something like this.
Hey, it's just about 8 o'clock. What was it, 4:07 when this started? Still printing. Run into a little bit of an issue here. I have a clogged nozzle, and so some of the pages are getting white lines through them. Lesson learned here is next time print in smaller batches so I can run a clean cycle through them. All the text is still readable, so I'm going to go ahead as is, but little disappointment, little frustration. It is what it is.
Yeah, so that last batch finished, and I was able to run a, what do you call it, a nozzle cleaning thing, and the next batch is printing. Things are looking good. It is 8:26. Hey everyone, it's 9:12, and I have kind of a hard and fast rule that after 9 o'clock, it's family time. And although Valerie has been helping me today with like some quality checks and collation stuff, I don't consider that family time. So I'm calling it a night, but the printing is done. Although I still have final collation, stapling, mailing labels, stuff in the envelopes and everything. I wanted to get that done today, but that's not going to happen. I guess that will happen tomorrow night, and I'll get them to the post office on Tuesday. Not quite the result I wanted, but life is life, and life goes on. Hey friends, it's Monday morning. I'm dressed for work. Got up a little early. Going to try to finish this off. Hopefully get it in the mail today. Just loaded the printer with some mailing labels. Going to click print. All right, while that's printing, we're going to staple the very first issue. Staple works wonderfully. There it is. The very first copy. The very first copy of the very first mailing of the Anchorite Amateur Press Association. Guys, I'm very excited. If you're not a member and you like to write about fantasy, science fiction, action, adventure, you like to write about gaming, you want like a little local audience, not local, but a small audience. It's built in. You're not writing it hoping someone will read it. There's 14 other members who are going to be reading it and giving you feedback nicely. So you're not putting it out there to the whole world, and you're not shouting into a void. That's the kind of thing that amateur press associations are made for, APAs. So think about it. Join the Anchorite. Contact me. Here I am, post office, bundle of APAs, going in, making it real. No selfie stick, so sorry about the juggling. If you're waiting for it, it's coming. All right, we did it. There's the receipt. 12 issues of the APA away in the mail. It's wonderful. Time to start our next month.
Thanks for listening to the Decahedron RPG podcast. Please come back again to the Decahedron RPG podcast.